The story of Noah is found in the book of Genesis, chapters 6 to 9. In the days before the flood, humanity had become corrupt and violent. Genesis 6 verse 5 says, "The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." God regretted creating humanity and decided to destroy them. However, Noah was a righteous man who walked with God. Genesis 6 verses 8 to 9 says, "But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord." Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. God chose Noah to save him and his family from the impending judgment. God instructed Noah to build an ark to save himself, his family, and two of every kind of animal. Genesis 6 verses 14 to 16 says, "Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you shall make it: the length of the ark 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. The ark was approximately 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high." Noah obeyed God's instructions and built the ark. Genesis 6 verse 22 says, "Thus Noah did, according to all that God had commanded him, so he did." The construction of the ark took 120 years, Genesis 6 verse 3. When the ark was finished, God told Noah to bring the animals into the ark. Genesis 7 verses 2 to 3 says, "Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and 1 pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and also 7 pairs of the birds of the sky, male and female, to keep offspring alive on the face of all the earth." Noah brought 2 of every kind of animal, male and female, into the ark. After Noah and the animals entered the ark, the rains poured down, and the floodgates of heaven were opened. Genesis 7:11 to 12 says, "In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on the same day all the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were opened. And the rain fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. The floodwaters covered the earth for 150 days. The ark floated on the floodwaters, saving Noah, his family, and the animals." Genesis 7 verses 17 to 20 says, "And the flood came upon the earth for 40 days, and the water increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. And the waters prevailed so mightily upon the earth that all the high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. After 150 days, the floodwaters began to recede." Genesis 8 verses 3 to 4 says, "And the water receded steadily from the earth, and at the end of 150 days the water decreased. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat." Noah released a raven and a dove to determine if the floodwaters had receded. Genesis 8 verses 6 to 12 says, "And he sent earth. And he sent out a dove, but the dove did not find a resting place for the sole of her foot, so she returned to him into the ark. The dove was sent out again, and it returned with an olive leaf, indicating that the floodwaters had receded. Was dry, God told Noah to exit the ark with his family and the animals." Genesis 8 verses 15 to 17 says, "And God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of when the earth the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds and animals and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may breed abundantly on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." Noah and his family offered sacrifices to God, and God made a covenant with them, promising never to destroy the earth again with a flood. Genesis 8 verses 20 to 22 says, "And the Lord smelled the soothing aroma, and the Lord said to himself, I will never again curse the ground."